What up, everybody? It's your boy Pyro Slays Music, and today we're checking out Vanisher Horizon Scraper by Quadeca. And this is my first venture into any of Quadeca's music. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest with you. This was requested a couple months back in the comments, and I've seen it a few times since then. So I'm finally getting around to it. This sucker's an hour and 9 minutes. I do see that some of these range a little over 5 minutes. Just a forewarning. Typically, long songs kind of they're hard to please me. Let's put it that way. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. I thought Quadeca was a rapper, but I did look at the genres a little bit ago, and it was like art pop or something in that category, around there. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect here. You guys can fill me in the comments. I know you guys always do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he did like rap on YouTube for a bit. So I don't know what to expect going in here. Probably some hip hop-ish, pop. All right, we're going to go ahead and send it. Shout out to Quadeca again. If you guys are a big fan of this and you're just tuning in to, hang out and chill and check this out, make sure you go support the artist you enjoy, right? Whether that's if you got a little extra money laying around and you can afford to buy merch or live tickets, awesome. But if not, make sure you follow them on their socials and try to be a part of the community that they're building. Let's get it. Uh-oh. Like a dummy, I'm connected to my phone. So let me there we go. Okay, so let's break my brain right off the rip. So this stretch just a few seconds under 6 minutes. We're going to start off with, again, not expecting what we were getting into here. But from the vibe, we got something kind of a little bit folksy with that. It almost sounds like a maraca. And then also definitely poppy, I would say, at least. But also, yeah, there's a lot of care. I want to say this before I get into the... No. We're going to lead with things I don't like, and then we'll go into the things I like. So for me, personally, I just think this song is a little bit too long. And I think the drone... I wouldn't call it a drone, because that's not the right word for it. But I think... while there was a place for this, like I first I was really like, no, it's too repetitious, but there were things I really liked about it. And so I was kind of like in that middle range right off the rip. And I'm like, okay, so maybe this is just kind of an intro track. You know, we're going to progress from this sound into something else. It didn't quite get there, which is both intriguing, especially with the length of this song, and a little scary for me. I'm like, is it all going to kind of have this vibe? I don't know how I feel about this vibe right off the rip. We're going to continue, though, through this. But I want to state, I can see the meticulous care that's gone into the mixing and the production, and I want to state right off the rip, that is what I'm finding fascinating right now. The coming in and out of the sides of the ear, like different sides of the ears, and that's really cool. And then right towards the end, the vocals really started kind of grabbing me. I did think the lyrics were obviously a little too repetitious for my typical liking as well, but I'm curious to see where this goes for sure. Yeah, so vocally it was really cool, but man, I am really, really impressed at just the soundscape that we have here. So ambient, it kind of reminds me of ambient a little bit, where it's very chill. And ambient's a weird one for me to listen to and try to critique. And the vibe I try to go for here, guys, this is a sound discovery. I know I don't state it in the beginning of every video, but all the music of the current year that I check out, I just throw it under the sound discovery title. And I don't know. I don't remember even where the hell I was going with that. Son of a bitch. Got derailed by my own thought process. You hate to see it. Let's just continue. If I remember, I'll bring it up later. So the next one's Waging War. 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Oleka or Oleka is a feature here.
Who am I to the closing door that's been keeping score? Who am I when the motion stops and I can't ignore? Who am I when the light is low and there's no horizon? Who am I when I watch the show? I can't visualize it. Who am I when I'm high? I surrender to my heart. When I'm high, that's the way I make it. Up the seas and I see me there. He's been waiting long. When my heart becomes whole again, again. they keep it close. Who am I? When I'm hot, I surrender to my heart. Who am I? When I'm hot, I surrender to my heart.
Okay, first off, welcome to ADHD World. Let's jump back to no questions asked real quick. There was something I wanted to add that I forgot. At the 2-minute mark, between 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 30 seconds, there was an interesting vibe that kind of felt like you were being hunted. I thought that was really cool. I forgot to mention that. Also, when I was talking about a sound discovery, what we're trying to do here typically on this channel is like kind of paint the vibe of back in the day when I was growing up. You'd go to the grocery store, the record shop. In my case, my record store was in a mall, a little trashy mall, and go in there with your buddies and you grab an album, you just drive around, listen to it, or go back home and jam it and just chill. And like, we weren't even smoking or anything crazy like that. I mean, sometimes we drank, but not, nothing crazy, right? And it was just a good ass time. We try our best to kind of recapture that vibe here. A little harder to do by myself, but when Chuckles is here with me, or Aaron, or Brandon, things, it's a little bit more like that. Yeah, so Waging War was different. And I kind of see the vibe we're going for here. And there were some parts in here that actually kind of reminded me of Jane Remover's most recent album, vocally especially. Not in a copycat way or anything like that. It just kind of reminded me of that. Very, very intriguing. Now, I got to say that first off, while this might not be my style of music that I typically listen to or have ever listened to, this is really unique. This is a cool vibe. The twanginess of those strings in there were really tight. I like that a lot. The weird little rappy flows kind of caught me by surprise. And a lot of times that kind of stuff really makes me cringe. Like if it's not delivered just right, and this was delivered perfect. So it didn't come off cringy or goofy to me at all. I thought this was really, really nice. Again, I'm going to hold back from rating the track just because I've not experienced anything like this before. And I don't want you guys to think when my first tracks 5 is like a 5 to me right off the rip. By the end, I can kind of picture where we're going with this album and have a better either appreciation for it or at least an understanding. Yeah, like if this is a punk rock record and we're getting into it, I might have some opinions right off the rip because I've listened to quite a bit of punk in the last few years. But I don't know if I've really discovered anything like this quite yet. Let's go ahead and continue. Ruin My Life. Again, I like that pluckiness.
will find my person. Still I am young, or so they tell me all of the time. The world here to help me. Eyes and eyes can see. The potato skin looks after. If his back turned, God hung up his sign. So I might have to ruin mine to make it mine. Lace up your boots right where you left off. Don't get too cute. They're watching you set off out past the rocks that chose to be there. Guiding on, it's worth for forever. Two eyes can see. The potato skin keeps watching. With his back turned right on his side. So I might have to run to make it mine.
I was picked first on the losing team. I was everything but in between. I'm the starman of my sinking dream. I'm the front man from behind the scenes. To be picked last on a winning team. Mining gold from a gifted dream. To belong in the scenery. Where the background will set me free.
Oh my God. This track was so cool. Like the waves, the first half of the song in my mind was like a freaking easy 9. Easy 9. Second half, I didn't enjoy as much, but I still appreciated it artistically, if that makes sense. But the kind of repetition there at the end was kind of but the very outro was cool as well. Man, I like the lyrics too at the beginning. Like it just very unique style, flow. Again, the absolute quality and care put into the production and mixing, unreal. Like it's funny because like I said earlier, this isn't exactly my style of music, and even with that, I'm still catching. I'm like, this is really well done, and it's hard not to appreciate if you get my drift, even with it not being my style. This one definitely would be in a playlist for sure because I'm curious what would happen with that. Godstained. Now there were 2 tracks on here that I had heard. Foregone maybe and Monday. Those 2 tracks. We're gonna play through them regardless because I want to feel the whole vibe of this album as we're continuing because it thematically kind of has a vibe to it. At least I'm not catching. I don't know if there's a story here or not. But that's not bothering me because, again, the vibe here is just flowing so elegantly from song to song. It's very cool. Godstained. Let's go.
Fiberglass solution. There's a message on your skin. Flicking from the paper, I can read you from within. I thought you knew something that I never will. Godstained, Godstained. Show me what I'm missing from the lands you couldn't stay. I can see your history from 1,000 miles away. I thought you knew something that I should say. Cause we're one and the same. I thought you knew. No matter how much I'm feeling, the paper and plastic, I can still find a way to get back to you. I thought you knew. Coming back home, I'm feeling a little bit slow. Don't you see that I'll never get over fiberglass affliction? Can I pencil in a date? I'll call you by December something, 1998. I thought you knew. I thought you knew everything. As you knew, I thought you knew.
All right. I'm not going to lie. This one was a little overwhelming. This was very busy. But again, there's so much going on. It's hard not to appreciate. Oh, my gosh. The only thing also I didn't really care for was the Godstained. It just kind of felt like this.
I never will. Godstained.
It just felt really abrupt and kind of clunky. I don't know. Maybe that'll go away on future listen. Still interesting, nonetheless. There's a lot going on, man. I think this would drive my buddy Chuck insane. I don't know if you guys, he's been doing reactions with me for a long time. And that guy, I think the layering here would destroy him. Just drive him nuts. Because he has to listen to one or the other. You know what I mean? It would tear him up. So it'd be hilarious to see him react to this. But I again, as a whole, I'm liking this theme still. Keep it going at a time like this.
Timer told me not to bother. He thought getting old would take way longer. Scraping all the rust off of his armor, melting in my hands like salt and water. Spoken like the father of a father. I thought getting old would take way longer. I thought getting old would make me stronger. At a time like this, VHS, sunset in my way. Gold on my body, I said it was my way. Godstained my body, crash my getaway. I could hear the pain from the landline. You were too young to be the bad guy. You were just a child, life just happened to you. Sleeping on the wheel when it knocks into you. And it's all like this. For the spirits from the bottom, I wanna leave a message for the person from tomorrow. And when it's all gone, no one wants to take requests. What's the point in trying at a time like this? Extended plans till I end up on a list. Spirits on the floor, tell me like to coexist. Dummies, why born, feeling in a bitch. What's the point of dying at a time like this? Call it what you want. But there's karma in the current when it's calm. Whatever gets me, don't get me wrong. Whatever gets me probably had me all along. Call it what you want. But there's karma in the current when it's calm. Whatever gets me, don't get me wrong. Whatever gets me probably had me all along. At a time like this. I keep my soul high alert. I keep it on high alert. I keep on rushing till it hurts. I keep on going till it hurts. I keep it on high alert. I keep on chasing till it hurts. At a time like this. At a time like this. I was born in the wrong, with a puzzle to solve, where the colors dissolve. Just keep holding your breath, when the tunnels collapse, and the wish is intact. And the guilt comes in on tour, and the guilt comes in, when the walls cave in on you, you become scared.
Might as well. There goes the wind. Turn the engine. It's a gorgeous island.
I want to know what that sample is at the end. So yeah, I'm definitely getting some like hip hop elements sort of in there, but like at a really slow pace, which is intriguing. So almost kind of a cloud rap vibe. You'll have to forgive me though, I'm not super familiar with hip hop. Though I do like to dabble. I'm a dabbler. But that kind of reminded me of cloud hip hop. I think was it cloud hip hop? Is that right? I don't know. We need to talk about this album cover, guys. I should have mentioned this earlier, and it is a very, very, very well drawn the ocean along the beach, and then like the glimmer of sunlight in the ocean. Has a very like old school, almost Japanese style art, kind of. If I had to guess. This is kind of interesting too. But yeah, I really, really like that artwork. Let's go ahead and continue with Monday. Again, I have heard this one and Foregone. So yeah.
I try just to see what'll hold. Have my heart on the line, airing out with my clothes. It's so easy to try, but it's harder to fall. Darling, don't you give up on a Monday. I wanna tell you I want you. You'll probably take it the wrong. This time I'll take you the long way. It's that time of the year where there's smoke in my breath. I can cover it up with a joint and a mess. If I zip up my coat, all the feathers will leave. There's a hole in the down and a trick up my sleeve. Give up on a Monday. I wanna tell you I want you. You might have took it the wrong way. Caught on, losing my grip on the runway. I wanna get there with you now. Next time I'll take you the long way. It's that time of the year where I put on my hat. It's getting strong and it's blocking my path. When the water is warm, it can't help but unpack. If I keep moving on, I'll forget the way back. Darling, don't you give up on a Monday. I wanna tell you I want you. You might have took it the wrong.
such a good song. So elegant and just like hits all the right notes for me. And the beauty of this song is, even though it has this simplicity built into it, it's still very complex. And I feel that every time I listen to the song, I'm kind of appreciating something new that I didn't notice on my last listen. So that's huge ups for me. This so far, I think, is my favorite one that we've listened to. And we have one more track before we get to the halfway point, the first leg of the album, of the LP being done. And that is Dancing Without Moving. So let's go ahead and hit that, and then let's talk about this first half a little bit, and I'll tell you where my thoughts are and all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Hope you guys are enjoying this jam set.
This feeling since I was the age of 2. I might as well do my dance without a crew, so I can step away from it like excuse you. Brush them off, no step without a shoe. That shooting star comes when the sun out. Better make that wish before they run out. I used to live in my regret, but there's just one feeling I forget. The waves feel like high. I'm turning my mind. To the night sky to copy what I do. It's dancing again now. Every time I miss you, I get cut off. She wasn't the one, she was just the one off. Swear it was fine with me last week. Cried a couple times, 51 exactly. For every sign he tried to tip off, I felt God when the power box was switched off. Lowering the sail up for the trailer where we drift off. And if that brings me back around, I'll grab the gift shop. The waves feel like I'm turning my mind. I look to the night sky to copy what I do. It's dancing again now. I wanna see you get low with the setting sun. I wanna spin you back around in front of everyone. Show me everything I missed in this millennium. Now coming live from inside the moon, believe it or not. I feel the rhythm from my room, I'm sleeping it out. Let that vessel be a vessel and see what you got. Any second, he's gonna drop. The waves feel like I'm turning my blind. To the night sky to copy what I do. It's dancing again now.
There's a man on the horizon. Paradise is just behind him. But if he turns around, it disappears.
Okay. Let's talk about this first half. I think if I had to pick a best and a worst track, Monday, easily my favorite track. But I really liked Ruin My Life quite a bit. I think my least favorite, and I don't know if it's because I didn't know what I was getting into, but maybe that intro track, though there was some things I liked about it. It's between that or this last track, Dancing Without Moving. While there were some elements of this track I liked in the hip hop area of things, there was also some spots where I was like, it's okay. But again, there were parts of the song that I really was appreciating and I was digging. So it's not like it's a bad song. It's just, I think if out of the 7 we've listened to, it might be tied with the first one for me being unsure whether it'd be in a playlist or not. Still, interesting vibe. And yeah, we're going to keep this moving as we go into the second leg of this album. Vanisher, Horizon Scraper, do me a favor, drop your favorite track on this entire album and your least favorite track on this album. Let's see what when we get to the end, have a little bit of comparison. You guys will be able to see what I like, and I'll be able to see what you guys like. So just to make it a little fun, right? And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Come hang out with me and watch me on my musical discovery with my sleeping dog. Love you, Sophie. I love you. She's a cutie. My other one's sleeping down here. He's like, what the fuck? Why did you say hi to me? That's why.
That's one.
They switched some shit around when I was 16. Switch me around. My hair's been falling out since I was 16. It's all falling out. It started turning gray when I was 17. It's all falling out. Feel like I had more shit to say when I was 17. Now my perception got so filtered, my spaces are shrinking. That's like there's no room for me and me with the way that I'm thinking. There's still some shit that keeps me pure if I just let it flow. That's why I gotta tap it while I'm sinking just to let them know. That's why. Saw so many new horizons and did not pursue it. That's why I sound like a broken record when I'm talking through it. That's why I should've roped them others in, but they didn't wanna do it. That's why you might end up in my shot cause you were walking through it. That's why at the yellow light, treat it like a red. That's why backing out my truth, agree's best unsaid. That's why I'm dying in this booth, all I see is red. That's why I'm fighting my excuse to get me off the ledge. Cause if I jump I might survive and that scares me the most. What I witness from afar only scares me from close. What's been keeping me afloat is bearing me afloat. Every stranger that I pass is wearing my clothes. So that's why.
That's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. That's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. If I wasn't me, would I still be me? If I woke up in that other body.
You want to do this, or would you watch for anything else?
That's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. That's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. That's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this life. Every mirror in my life makes another blind spot. Every ex that I got asks the question why not. But my compass lies to me cause I keep putting it on the spot. Listen for the true, very true, blaring on the dots. There's an offer from the offering, but it only talks the talk. That's a sore spot, that's a sore. Every mirror in my life makes another blind spot. Everything that I got is a that's why.
All right.
this had a nice, really chill vibe to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how I felt about it. Like, it didn't grab me, but my mind was just drifting through the old imagination while that, you know, the thing just flowed out. So it's really hard to come up with a negative. Didn't really make me unhappy in any sort of way, but it also didn't grab me. So I mean, it's right there in the middle. But this is stuff that I'm like, I wouldn't mind having on either. Like, it's not a bad sound. It's chill. I do think I like the pluckiness vibe of the first half of the album, or parts of the first half, rather than the dreamy vibe. I think that is my only, like, it's not an issue really either. It's just my preference. How about that? Let's continue this. I think we're going to get into the more dreamy side of things, and we're going to keep going. So that's my call. I dream about sinking. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I have mixed feelings about this song because I do dig the ambient vibe that it kind of puts forth, but also comparatively to the rest, this really feels like fluff, if you will. But also, I'm not a huge, instrumental track person. We know this. It's something that I've found more appreciation for as I've started reacting to music, mainly due to it being forced upon me. But yeah, I'm still unsure about that. And a lot of times, this style of music would just be thrown on the background while I'm chilling, not something I'm going out of my way to listen to, if you will. So this track kind of missed for me, but also like not a problem either because it does still fit the theme. No big deal. Natural Causes. Let's keep it moving. Ooh, okay. That's cool.
Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody died by Thursday. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody's after me. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody I can't see. Somebody died on Thursday. Died on natural causes. Natural causes. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody's natural causes. Somebody I can't see. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody died this morning. All of them died, no warning. All of natural cause.
This was really dope. I like this a lot. I just added the whole album into my playlist. I'm definitely gonna be listening to this just to try to puzzle out some of this. This is very cool. But this track so far is my favorite on the second leg. Obviously, we're not that deep into it, but yeah, damn, this is really interesting, and we have some hefty songs coming up, which again, for me, I'm a little scared, but that's okay. We'll get through it and see what our thoughts are. I see Danny Brown's on this, and I'm just starting to become aware of Danny Brown as I've started to delve a little bit into some hip hop that I'm extremely, again, behind on. And he seems to be popping up quite a bit name wise, so I feel like I might have to look into his music as well. All right, we got 4 more, y'all. Let's get into it. Thunder. Oh, also, real quick, before we get into Thunder, Natural Causes in the instrument, like in that instrumental, there was something nostalgic to me that was kind of like just plucking my memory, and I couldn't exactly tell you what it was, but it was legitly reminded me of something off of the Age of Empires 1 soundtrack from back in the day. It's an RTS. A lot of you children are out there like, what is that? Well, listen, Age of Empires 2 is still pretty popular. I suggest you play it. Just what I'm saying. The soundtrack to that shit is legendary. I'm not going to lie. One time I was at a Bad Fish Festival, which is a Sublime cover band, and somebody was playing the soundtrack for Age of Empires loud as shit. I just imagine they were probably like just stoned out of their mind and just like, whoa. But yeah, no, that was really cool because it's way more elegant than that Age of Empires soundtrack, the thing that was kind of tweaking that, but it was still really cool to hear in there. And I don't know what it was exactly, but it kind of something, maybe the drum or something. I'm not sure. Regardless, very cool track. Thunder. Let's get in. Get it! All right. So while I did find like some of the beats, like kind of, you know, they kind of grabbed me and kept me vibing, it was all kind of killed by the lyrical repetition here. Just kind of just left me dead in the water about it. This one's a miss for me. But again, there were still some elements in that instrumental that were really cool. It just, the lyrical depth there, it just, The Great Bakanawa with Danny Brown.
It's the end
need a couple more bottles for the main event. It's the end. And if it's time for last words, I'ma make it count. I need a million bad bitches just to play me out. It's the end. I got a front row seat, that's what I call it. I'm kicking out my feet, no need to stall it. It's the end. Crashing against the sky until it shatters. I couldn't even tell you if it matters. It's the end.
With open arms, I welcome you. And I run to the finish line. When my shit's exposed, caught in the ribbon, the grand opening of the end.
So first off, both flows were dope as hell, honestly, but Danny's was fantastic. There was some repetition there towards the end that I wasn't like, I just a little done with it. But that being said, I think this is a fantastic experimental hip hop track. Very cool. Some interesting vocal effects. Yeah, I think this would go on a playlist. I'm probably going to listen to it a couple more times for sure, and then we'll see if it stays there, because I am curious about that. But again, I like the vibe overall, and just some interesting kind of flows to the hip hop esque. Maybe it's more of a trap flow. I'm not really sure near that chorus or verse. Of course, yeah. And now this next one, Foregone, is one I've already heard before, and actually it was on my earlier video when I hung out with my brother Chuck and my boy Aaron, and we went through my top 100 of the year so far. And I think Monday actually was in there as well. I got such a wild mix of such a weird like musical palette. I'm the complete opposite of genre-phobic. I like old, I like new, I like just checking things out and vibing with it, and it's a really cool experience. Even when you kind of stumble upon something that this not gonna lie, this just does make me feel old, because I'm like, is this a popular sound now? Because like I said, there's some vocal elements here and there that kind of remind me of Jane Remover, and I'm like, is this kind of what the mainstream is? I don't know if this is mainstream per se, but like hearing it, I was like imagining my dad like walking in the first time I was listening to shit. I don't know. For me, it probably would have been some metalcore, and he'd be like, "What the fuck?" But this boggles my mind in a good way. It's just like, what the hell are these kids listening to nowadays? It's so much, like has such a full sound. It's very, very intriguing, to say the least. And I'm happy that I am up enough on like music that I can still find some appreciation to this and not feel completely just overwhelmed like a dad boomer that I am. I'm not a boomer, I'm a millennial, but I'm dad. So I'm definitely behind it on the musical side of culture, for sure. But still, I just love delving into stuff like this because it's so fascinating. Now we got 2 more tracks. Let's go ahead and go through Foregone. It's a good ass vibe.
All in a haze, there's a life underneath. Do you like what you've seen? Do you like what you've seen? Do you like what you've seen? Forever.
All right. So I really love this whole song. I think it is, there's some parts of it that when you're not feeling it, kind of stretch a little long, but I like it in an experimental sense, especially there towards the end. But there's some like really hymny sounding songs. Like I grew up in the church, Lutheran, and while now I'm a little bit more on the spiritual side of things, less leaning towards, traditional organized religion, it's just super nostalgic time that honestly was really the sound always brought me peace. How about that? So very cool to see that element used here. And, when I wasn't thinking it sounded like a hymn, I was reminded of like the church choir and stuff in certain instances. Like I really think my mom would like this. And in fact, Mom, Dad, if you are listening, I love you guys. Shout out to them. But I think Mom would enjoy this one. Casper is the last track here. Let's go ahead and check this out. Maruja. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You guys can correct me in the comments. I'm always open to be corrected, and I want to make sure I get it right. I fail a lot of times with pronunciations. Now, I checked them out earlier in the year. I checked out their album Pain to Power, and it was at a time where I was a little burned out musically. And so when I listened to it, I didn't feel it. Like it just wasn't for me. That being said, we're going to make sure we keep that mind open as we go through here and listen to this track and see what we think. Maybe it'll inspire me to go back and check out their most recent album again. Now that I'm feeling a little more refreshed. Casper, last track, guys. Drop those ratings in the comments down below. What do you think this album should be rated properly at? I'll tell you my thoughts at the end.
Return to a path, hiding in overgrown grass. If you didn't chase it, it would have stayed still. The horizon is a prey like animal that preys on men who prey like animals. And now it takes form and takes flight. It can take you anywhere you like. Open your hand and your palm. Drown out the countdown to the alarm. The line curves into a path through clouds. The tail wrapped in waves, its mouth covered in sky. I pray one last time, but I didn't know. It can smell fear on your breath, and the sweat in the hands of a man who has never forgiven himself. And the answers I so desperately crave will cover me in the shape of a cave, removing a stone from a roof held together with nothing but tension. I can end the world with one slip from the other side of the ceiling. I accept your answer. I was just a pretender who learned how to surrender. At least I know something you won't. In a bigger picture where I extend beyond the frame, your world will end at home. And to you that will be good enough. My world ends so much worse. It's so much harder. everyone. To everyone.
All right, y'all. That is it for Vanisher Horizon Scraper. Again, shout out to Quadeca. Make sure you guys go over and support them in some sort of way if you enjoyed this at all. Now, that being said, this last track, it was a little much for me instrumentally. Like, it just didn't do anything for me. I'll be just bluntly honest. But the spoken word I like the lyricism there and that whole vibe that came with it. So that was a cool element, but it kind of left the track in the middle for me. It just felt a little much. So as for the album as a whole, let's talk about this. Let's get a rating, and let's first say the sounds here are really vibrant. We have a lot of cloudy, thoughtful vibes that the instrumental provides us with, and especially towards the beginning of this album, I shouldn't say just the beginning, but there's a lot of care to the so it's just like the sound is so fresh. It feels like it's coming at you from different angles, and that's huge ups for the production and the mixing here. I like some of the hip hop elements when they were slightly sprinkled in, and less so when they were heavily leaned in, but not enough that it bothered me. Some of the repetition lyrically on like kind of the hypno vibe there, like the kind of a hypnotizing vibe, but just didn't do much for me. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. But there's a lot of experimental stuff that I really, really, really liked. Love the nature sounds being incorporated. That was really cool, especially the water, the thunder, some stuff like that. The Danny Brown feature was really dope. I think the Maruja feature was cool, but again, just not my style. But I did like how they brought their style into this feel. It worked well, even if it wasn't, again, my thing. There's some really good tracks on here. I think Monday and Foregone, just because I've heard them already, are probably easy ones to throw up there as fantastic. But there were some really good tracks in here that I'm really excited to listen to again. So I think I will say it's a little bloated. It's got some fluff in it. I do like my albums a little bit shorter than this. And I wasn't sure. I didn't really catch a story behind it, if you will. And I wasn't sure if there would be or not, but just with the length of this, I thought maybe we were going with kind of like a story vibe. And if there was, it was completely missed by me, I'll be honest. But then again, I was very overwhelmed by this instrumental. Sometimes it was very full and just felt like it was assailing you, even though it was like chill vibes. So that was an interesting thing too. I think we're going to go with a 7.3. I think this is a great album. I am not really sure if this will grow or shrink on further listens. I imagine grow, because it's so unique and just different sounding. I think a lot of it I just need to kind of listen to it a few more times before I fully like some of these tracks. But I could definitely, there was a few in here already. I was like, yeah, this is going to like ruin my life, I think it was. And was it Natural Causes? Let me see. Yeah, I think Natural Causes. So there were some tracks that I'm definitely going to be like having in my rotation and really digging, but others that I'm like I enjoyed on an experimental level, but not necessarily would listen to. Some I thought were fluff. So there's like, it's not a bad album at all. It's just I'm very confused in general how I feel. But I can't deny that it's not at least a great album just from the production, mixing, the mixtures of different styles that are going into this, the care behind it, and the vibe. I think it's just with that, we're in the great territory, and with some like warming up on me, it might even go higher than that. But yeah, for right now, I think 7.3 is like a really nice placement. Shout out to whoever dropped this in the comments a couple months back. I think it was a month or two, but yeah. Shout out to you guys. Every once in a while, something will catch my eye in the comments, and I'll be like, okay, we're going to check this out. We're going to see what this is about. My mouse died on me in the middle of this. Awesome. We're going to turn it off and turn it back on, and that's working. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. This is a 7.3. I think it's a great album. Shout out to Quadeca. Make sure you go over and support them. And for me, you can just hit that like button. Drop a comment down below just to help the algorithm. I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this little jam sesh. Again, kind of try to grab that. You can jam with a friend. Your friend's not always going to like what's on. You guys might have differences, but just the, hanging out and kind of trying to grasp these songs. I've always found that fun, especially with my friends. Like we're all dumbasses, but we'll get very passionate about certain points of view, which just makes it a lot of fun. But yeah, again, ta-ta. I hope you guys all have a good one. Peace out.